GPU prices are dropping fast. You liar, they aren't dropping at all. They're going up. That's because you're looking in the wrong place. Okay, genius, where should I be looking? Hey YouTube, I'm Danny with Danny's Tech Channel, bringing you the hottest hardware news for all the latest PC tech. I'm gonna be straight with you. New GPU prices are not good. Even if you think they are, they're not. The RTX 40 series GPUs released about a month ago. However, 30 series cards are still being sold alongside them. This is happening because NVIDIA overproduced their GPUs from when miners were buying up all the inventory, and now they have an overabundance of 30 series cards. With crypto mining dead, everyone was predicting that GPUs would just flood the market, that we would see a mass grouping of GPUs hit eBay and used marketplace sites like Facebook Marketplace, and you would just be able to get a GPU for super cheap. This didn't happen, and most likely it's because the crypto miners made so much money during this mining boom that they have a little bit of a cushion to sit and wait to see if prices will go back up or something. I don't know, maybe. Either way, the flood still hasn't happened 6 months after the crypto crash, and new card prices are still high. In fact, NVIDIA's graphics cards still have not reached their MSRP. As we creep closer to the holiday season, prices are actually going up. The RTX 4080 released on November 16th, and in case you didn't know, it cost $1,200 USD. That's almost double the price of last generation's 80 class card. Now, I know we've got some serious inflation stuff going on, but almost double the price for the same class card 2 years later? That seems a little excessive. I feel like someone's being greedy. Luckily, the PC gaming community said no to the RTX 4080, and they sat on shelves. In fact, they're still sitting on shelves right now. You can go online and buy a 4080 for MSRP. It looks like the only people that picked those cards up were scalpers. Newegg just implemented a policy where they're halting returns on all GPUs. Scalpers are, as of this moment, rushing to sites like eBay to try to sell their cards for MSRP. Do not buy from scalpers. Don't go on there and get it. You can get it right from retail sites like Amazon and Newegg, and you can pay the same prices that they're charging. They were just trying to make a quick buck, and it failed, and now they're stuck with the cards because Newegg won't take them back. I mean, retailers don't want to take the hit from NVIDIA's bad pricing decisions. So what I'm trying to say is don't go out and buy a new GPU right now. In fact, this is the worst time to buy because what happened is retail sites such as Amazon and Newegg actually did the Black Friday bait and switch technique. They raised the prices just to lower them back down again. Because I've been keeping an eye on GPU prices for the past few months, and that exact thing that I just stated happened. I made a GPU pricing chart a few months ago to show the rapid decline since GPU mining pretty much dried up overnight, and I haven't touched it since August. However, I've noticed an increase in people wanting to build a PC this holiday season, and I've actually been asked a couple times what some good Black Friday sales I would recommend are on gaming components, so I thought I'd check it out. I'm gonna give you the quick and dirty on this. NVIDIA's prices are terrible. They aren't even at MSRP yet, and we're talking about 2 years since the release of the RTX 30 series. They're still thinking they can get that crypto mining boom price that miners were willing to pay. At least me as a gamer am not willing to pay that, and I don't think you should be willing to either. If you look at my chart here, I've got NVIDIA at the top and AMD at the bottom. The color coding on the right-hand side shows who is at or below MSRP. These prices are as of last week, by the way, when in fact the prices on all of these GPUs, whether it be AMD or NVIDIA, have gone up anywhere from $20 to $60 over what I have on this chart. The price versus the performance of last generation's cards versus the ones that are releasing now, it's not even comparable, as long as you can get a hold of them. If you look to the next section for AMD, their cards have been at or below MSRP since June. They are always very competitive on their pricing, and if you follow the Radeon division at all over the past 2 years, RDNA 2 is very competitive performance-wise against NVIDIA as well. And the first RDNA 3 based GPUs release next week and are looking very promising. Now, don't think I'm just an AMD fanboy. Don't just think I'm an AMD fanboy hating on NVIDIA, because that's not the case. I'm all about getting you the best value for your dollar when it comes to performance on your GPU. And right now, that's not Team Green. So you're probably asking me right now, what should I do? What should I be looking for? I have a few recommendations when it comes to GPUs. First thing I want to touch on is the used market. I know you don't want to hear used cards because you're afraid of getting a mining card or something like that. That's not always the case. You can buy mining cards. In fact, this card right here I picked up on a really good deal, and it's a used mining GPU. I tested it, I ripped it apart, I put new thermal paste on it, and the card was actually really well taken care of. The guy undervolted the card. He made sure everything was cleaned weekly. So miners do take care of their stuff, actually sometimes more than gamers. But you may not always be buying a mining card. I've found a couple deals on eBay that people are they've upgraded their cards and they're selling off their old ones. Some of them have pictures of the card in their system. So you can usually tell if it was a miner or not. If they have a bunch of GPUs for sale, it's probably a mining rig that they've closed up shop. Some of the sites that I suggest you look at if you're looking for a used GPU are places like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, or really any local marketplace site where you can pick up used PC parts. If you're willing to buy a used GPU and you want great performance, let me show you some of the deals I found so far. The first thing I recommend is an RTX 2080 Ti. You can pick these things up usually for under $500. I try to pay between $350 to $400, maybe a little bit over top of that. Now, these are USD prices, by the way. Obviously, do the conversion for your country. But the 2080 Ti will give you RTX 3070-like performance, but it also gives you 3 more gigs of VRAM. They come with 11 gigs instead of the 8 that's in the 3070. The next card I recommend is the good old RX 5700 XT from AMD. This card will give you 3060-like performance, and you can pick these things up for under $200. In fact, I got this one for 150 bucks. So if you're thinking about getting a 3060, check out the 5700 XT. It's comparable performance, and it's gonna be way cheaper. Another card just a little bit up from that is the RTX 2070 Super. You can usually pick them up for under $300, and they're about the performance of an RTX 3060 Ti. Most of the ones I was able to find are under $250. The last 2 cards I recommend are very high-end cards. They're last generation. These are the RTX 3090 and the RX 6900 XT. The RTX 3090, I was able to find those for under $1,000 all day. In fact, some of them were as low as about $800. If you could pick up a 3090 with 24 gigs of VRAM for under $800, that is a steal. Also, the 6900 XT can usually be had for under $600. And its performance is just shy of the 3090. Now, I know those of you that don't want the used deals probably just skipped ahead to this point, which is fine, and I don't blame you. There are some new deals to be had, just not on the NVIDIA side. The first one that I found is the RX 6650 XT. The specific model you should be looking for is the MSI Mech, which is $249 over on Newegg right now after a $20 mail-in rebate. The performance of the 6600 XT is right on par with the 3060 Ti for 250 bucks. The second card I recommend is the RX 6700 XT, also from AMD. The Power Color Fighter model is over on Amazon right now for $399. The 6700 XT competes with the RTX 3070. If you want to go with rasterization performance or ray tracing performance, it's obviously going to lose to the NVIDIA cards with ray tracing performance. And the last new cards I want you to look out for is the new upcoming AMD RX 7900 XT and 7900 XTX. They come in at $900 and $1,000 respectively. And these cards are supposed to be on par with the RTX 4080, which is a $1,200 graphics card. Now, don't take my word for it as far as the performance goes. I'm just going off of the leaked benchmarks and stuff that I've seen so far, but the cards look very promising. So if you could pick those up, if you're in the market for a $1,000 graphics card, I would suggest you just wait until these things are in stock, whether it be the AMD cards or the NVIDIA cards. I actually heard a rumor that the 4080's price is gonna be dropping in the middle of December. So any week now, you might see a price drop on the 4080. You might already have seen it by the time this video goes out. As you can see, we really aren't in the best place when it comes to GPU pricing, but it is getting better, especially on the used market. Don't you worry, new card pricing will follow suit once they start sitting on shelves longer and longer. Maybe wait till after the holidays and then try to pick something up. If you want to stay up to date on all the latest PC hardware releases, or maybe you're just looking for a little bit more info for your next build, make sure you subscribe down below. Oh, and while you're down there, hit that like button for me to let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Because if you stayed all the way to this point, you must have enjoyed yourself. to listen to me this whole time. And as I always say, I'm Danny with Danny's Tech Channel, and I'll see you in the next video.